back to my channel. I hope this week has been treating you well. Of course, as always, this video is a video that I talked about briefly in my last video. So in a nutshell, it's just a tutorial for those of us who struggle making the transition from makeup to no makeup when you are dating someone new or dating someone that you've been dating for a long time, or around your girlfriends or your male friends or whatever the case may be. Alright, first and foremost, I have to discuss this because it is pretty much the main reason this video could be misconstrued, and I definitely don't want people to take this the wrong way. So any man that you're with, I'm just going to say this, scenario is a man and a woman. It could be a woman and a woman, it could be a man and a man, it could be whatever, but just in this, situation, I'm going to say man and woman. Any man that you're with, any man that you let into your personal life, any man that you let into your heart, any man that you let kiss you, and any man that you see a future with should appreciate and like and love how you look with and without makeup. It's as simple as that. The men that I've had relationships with, or that I've been dating or whatever, have always liked the way I looked without makeup. Some of them even prefer the way I look without makeup, which for me is just like, what? Why? Really? But yeah, I've never been with someone who's been like, oh, that's what's underneath. And if I was with someone who said that, I'd be like, the door is that way, I'm looking it, you're never coming back in. What's your name? I don't know. Forgotten about you already. Some of us look very different without makeup, me being one of those people. I have blonde eyelashes, and so when I don't have mascara on, obviously my lashes now are quite dramatic, I have little beady eyes and I look very, very different. And of course I fake tan, so I've got a brown body and a white face. I put my brows on as full, blah blah blah, whatever. That's the power of makeup, that's the point of makeup. But then there are some of us who look the exact same, and that's awesome too. So this video is for those of us who are with someone that cares about us regardless of how we look. Of course, that's the number one thing, but we want to feel good about ourselves. This video is not so that you can reassure your partner that you do look really, really pretty without makeup, you look pretty all the time, you're flawless 24/7. Not at all, of course not. It is about us feeling as close to as confident as we do without makeup as we do with it. And so of course we're going to have to see you without makeup at some point, that's just natural, but this video is about making that transition a whole lot easier. Because for me, going from this to nothing and being like, hey, I mean, he's not going to be like, whoa, but it's still going to be like, oh, okay, but I mean, obviously I wouldn't say that, but it's still going to be like a bit of a, ooh, ooh. So yeah, it's just all about the transition and allowing ourselves to comfortably get to that point. Okay, enough of that little spiel. That was a very long intro, but it was 100% necessary. So we're going to take off our makeup first. I'm going to take off my foundation. First thing I want to do actually is just dab off my lipstick, and this pretty much normally happens when I eat. My lip liner comes off, but that isn't really like a sore spot for me because I don't overdraw them that much, it's just a little bit, so it's not like a huge shock or whatever. Okay, so I want to start off by taking my foundation off. First thing I would suggest is taking off your foundation but leaving your eyebrows. Eyebrows, honestly, obviously really, really frame your face, so when you don't have them there, it does look a little bit different. If you don't have many eyebrows, many eyebrow hairs to begin with, this is probably a great idea. But if you do want to take off your eyebrow makeup, then you can grab a product similar to this one, which is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Brow Color. So this is pretty much like a texture for your eyebrows. So it stays on pretty well. I say it says waterproof. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it does stay on quite well. And because it is like a texture, it doesn't look too obvious if you do it lightly. And by lightly, I don't mean like giving yourself like a thick texture sharpie eyebrow. I mean just like filling in any gaps. For me, I've got a little gap on my arch, so I just pretty much draw myself an arch and extend the tail a little bit, but I don't touch the front of my eyebrows. I don't really like create like a nice stencil. I just fill in any little gaps, so it does look less makeup-y. So that's my first little tip. I just take off my base and then I go around my eyes. I don't take off my mascara with my foundation. Of course, I'm going to get a lot of people asking me about washing your face and when all of your makeup come off if you wash your face. I like to just in this situation, just wash my face around here and do a little bit like this. and then just very carefully remove it. So I'm kind of avoiding the eye area, but I'm still washing my face. So don't like splash your face with the water, just kind of selectively remove it with your hands or with a little washcloth or whatever you normally use. This little spot came up just in time for the video. It was just like, Lauren, I got you. I know you're gonna need me as a little demo for the video. I got you. Now, as you can see, there's a bit of a difference in color between my neck and my face. I haven't actually demonstrated this step on my face at the moment, but I did a few days ago. What I like to do, or for those of us who are fake tanned anyway and are very fair to begin with and have quite a dark tan on, I like to apply a tan on my face, of course. So be aware that this doesn't last for more than like maybe 2 days, because obviously you're washing your face and you're removing your makeup, and it tends to remove the tan quite quickly. But if you are like me in my situation, it really does help when you fake tan your neck. Use a fake tan that is also, of course, able to be used on your face, and that way when you do take off your makeup, it's not going to be like white brown. It's going to be a bit more balanced. It's still not going to be as brown as your body probably. In my case, it's not usually, but at least it looks a little bit more like you're wearing foundation still. And especially when you do have fake tan on, it dulls down the redness and it kind of evens everything out a little bit, because it makes your skin a little bit darker, so it kind of, the contrast between the white and the red is a little bit lower or less contrasty. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. So now it's the big one, mascara. Now this one kills me. This is the hardest part for me. Whenever I'm seeing a new guy, I'm like, alright, just a warning, my eyes look kind of different without mascara. And of course they couldn't care less, but it's just for me because I feel like I'm going from like boo to like boop. Anyway, so the first thing you can obviously do is get your eyelashes tinted. For me, I'm a little blondie, so my eyelashes are pretty much invisible without mascara on, and if I wasn't so lazy, I would get them tinted 24/7. That's definitely the best way to go about it if you do have blonde lashes, or even just have light hair, even brown hair. Sometimes when you go from brown to black lashes, there is still a noticeable difference. But keep in mind, it's not going to make your lashes look thicker or bigger and more voluminous. It's just going to make them black. So it's just kind of like little remnants of mascara on your eyelashes. It's not going to make a huge, crazy difference, but it will make a difference. So that's the first way. And the second way is to firstly use a mascara that doesn't come off in the little tubes. I've got a tubing mascara. Is it tubular or tubing mascara? I don't know, but basically basically when you remove your eye makeup, instead of when you remove your makeup and you have that like dark black cloud around your eyes from the mascara, it just comes off completely clean in these little rubbery tubey things. And I learned from a mascara that I actually do like wearing, that when I take it off, it's almost like it tints my eyelashes or like bleaches my eyelashes. It's really weird. Like it takes off every little bit of mascara on my eyelashes, and so I look at my face and I'm like, where did they go? Was it even possible for them to go any more than they already were? Like I'm just like, alright. Then I just learned that it's because it's a tubing mascara. So it's best to use a mascara that comes off in that black cloudy mess. The good thing about that mascara is, even though it makes a mess, you can control how much is left on your eyelashes. So I cannot go to sleep with mascara on my lashes. I wake up and my eyes are just like, they're just like, why did you do this to us? Why? Because it's just so bad for your eyes, and it just makes me feel really gross and dirty, and like gives me like red eyes. It's horrible. But if you remove the bulk of it and then just do a few less swipes of the makeup pad or whatever than you would normally do, and if you leave some mascara on your lashes, just a little bit, leaving them like a little bit tinted almost, then for those of us with light lashes, it does mimic the look of darker lashes. And for those of you with dark lashes already, or if you have light lashes and that isn't enough for you, what I found is if you grab a mascara that is pretty much running out, if not a little bit dried up, and kind of just do a few little slight coats of your lashes. The reason it's good when it's dried is because a normal mascara will apply too much mascara to your lashes, and it's gonna look like you've just taken off mascara and then applied more of it, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. But if you have one that's dried, it takes so long to build up that you can apply a really light coat. And I like to do that sometimes, or when I was first seeing someone, on my lower lashes as well, because it doesn't really add any volume. It just adds a bit of length and a bit of darkness and a bit of volume, of course, and it doesn't hurt my eyes because I've got so little on. So that's probably my best tip for mascara. And of course, if you are an avid eyeliner wearer, it really helps to kind of just not get every little last bit of liner off, and then that way you've got a bit of a dark rim around your eyes and it kind of looks like you've still got something on your eyes. Alright, so it's time to remove my mascara. I will show you what I mean. I've got a little makeup pad and I've got some micellar water to remove my mascara. So I'm just kind of pressing that on and slightly dragging it off, but not too heavily. I'm just getting rid of the bulk of it. And then of course underneath. And that's what I mean by leaving a little bit of mascara on. So as you can see, I pretty much took most of it off, but I've still got something on my lashes, so it's not like a total 100% removal. It's just a little bit left on so that I still have a kind of visible lashes. My lashes are still kind of there. Of course, if you do want to add some more mascara just to make the transition a little bit more easy, this is an old mascara that I have, and what I would do is just very, very lightly coat the tips of my lashes and the tips of my lower lashes. It does add just a little bit of a difference. We're still basically wearing like no makeup, but just a little bit left on. So of course the next little part of this would have to be blemishes and acne or any kind of skin imperfections. I'm honestly not really concerned about my skin these days. I haven't had any major pimples because I'm on the pill and my skin's been cleared up, so it's all good. I'm grateful for that, so I'm not complaining about any like redness really, but just for the video's sake I will demonstrate what I mean. So as I mentioned before, this is probably the time to wash your face if you're going to do so, and just avoid the eye area. So just kind of apply it around your cheeks, maybe a little bit on your forehead, and then just very carefully wash it off with water or a flannel or whatever you use. And then we've got a nice fresh face, and then you want to moisturize as usual, and then we are ready for this step. So it's basically just concealing little bits and pieces on your face. It is not applying foundation, it is not applying powder, it is spot concealing. So obviously you will need to use a shade that matches your face color, not your body color this time. Normally with foundation you would match it to your neck, but this time you're matching it to your face. Little dot here, just find any spots that you obviously want concealed. I might put a little bit in my inner corners, a little bit on this spot here, and just there. Emphasis on spot concealing. We don't want to be going like like painting our faces, because we're trying to wear as little makeup as possible. We are going to sleep after all, so just the like major spots that really bug you. Most of this stuff doesn't really bug me, but just for the sake of the video, I will just blend that in. And then this little old scar, a little bit on this old spot, and then underneath my eyes. I just like to grab any old, if I can open it, any old lip balm, there we go, and just apply that to my lips. And you can also apply it over your lips because it gives the illusion of fuller lips, especially over the cupid's bow. Even just a little bit of like a gloss or whatever over your cupid's bow will give the illusion of poutier lips. It won't be the exact same as with lip liner obviously, but it still adds some more dimension and, you know, plumpiness to your lips. If you do have a lot of redness on your cheeks, like a lot of redness, and that's something that you're quite insecure about, there are quite a few primers on the market that can kind of neutralize the redness. That way you might not even need to wear any concealer, and you can just wear the primer because it helps cancel out any of the redness, which the concealing also does. So if you don't want to wear concealer, then maybe you can wear a nice primer that will do that job as well. So think of it like taking off your makeup the first night that you guys ever like stay over, have a sleepover, whatever, is like jumping into a pool, just diving straight in. Whereas my little tutorial is kind of like taking the steps into the pool. You're still getting into the pool, it's still the same, you know, end outcome, but you're just taking it a little bit slower and kind of easing your body into it. Anything that we can do to maximize our own confidence we should, you know, jump at and embrace and love and kiss and cuddle and wow, okay. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the video, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.